If you've been working out, eating right, and you're still struggling with that gosh darn belly fat, it might not be your food. It's likely your hormones, specifically cortisol. Cortisol is that stress hormone that drives fat from everywhere else on your body into your belly. So today, I'm going to share with you 7 powerful foods that will help to lower that stress hormone and help to reduce that belly fat naturally. No extreme diets, no celery juice, no crazy detoxes, I promise. So cortisol is your main stress hormone, and oftentimes it gets a bad rap. We think that any type of cortisol is bad, and that's not the truth. When we have short-term boosts of cortisol, it's actually helpful and productive. And we can think of this from like our cave days. Let's say we had a stressful situation, a tiger, a buffalo, I don't know, whatever was coming at us. And we would think to ourselves, oh my gosh, I've got to get out of here. And our body would mount a response. We would secrete a whole bunch of different stress hormones, and one of them would be cortisol. And this would help us run away and get away from that potential traumatic experience. But in today's age, we have this kind of, oh my gosh, here's a tiger stress response happening all the time. And that's when we get into trouble, when we have this long-term, continuous, chronic secretion of cortisol. So when cortisol is elevated too often, too continuously, that's when we get into trouble. And it signals to the body to store fat specifically around the belly. And I want you to think of the belly fat like the storage unit of energy, of calories. And that's why the body does this, so that you have this reserve you can tap into later. But we don't need to tap into this reserve. So chronic cortisol equals belly fat. It equals sleep issues, mood swings, dry skin. It pushes other hormones to become out of whack. We have digestive issues, adrenal fatigue, dry hair, poor skin. So we really want to get cortisol down. And I have talked about this at length in another video. So if you want to check out more in-depth research on cortisol and how it impacts the body and what to do about it, check out that video. The link will be in the description for you. You know, an interesting insight that I didn't share in that video is that stress is actually contagious. It doesn't just affect you. There is research showing that stress and cortisol, it leaks from your skin and it truly impacts others. Let's say you go into a room and you act like you're all cool and collected. Even so, if you've got high cortisol secretions going on in your body, it will leak from your skin and impact others. So if you're ready to bring it down naturally, food is going to be your first defense. So let's talk about these 7 cortisol crushing foods. Number 1 is fatty fish, like salmon, mackerel, sardines. I like sardines because they are going to be lowest in mercury, highest in omega-3s, biggest bang for your buck. Also, if you eat the sardines that have bones in them, it's good for your bones. It's helpful to reduce inflammation. It blunts this cortisol response, and it supports good brain health and helps to reduce anxiety. And by the way, I know that this all can feel really overwhelming. Trust me, I get it. Relearning what to eat, establishing new habits when these old habits have been ingrained as neural pathways in the brain can be overwhelming. So if you feel like a customized one-on-one approach would be helpful to you finally dropping this weight and keeping it off, understanding why you're eating specific foods, getting a very specific permitted food list and meal plan, if that would be something helpful to you, you should check out PhD Weight Loss. The link is in the description. All right, food number 2 is dark chocolate, specifically though 70% or more of cacao. So this is not an excuse to go and eat a Hershey bar. Like, you're looking for high quality, high cacao content. And yeah, research shows that just a few squares can reduce perceived stress. It's rich in magnesium, high in antioxidants. It can help to calm the nervous system. Now, I do want to point out for this specific food, for some people, chocolate can be a trigger food. A trigger food is any food that you can't stop eating once you start, or it opens up the gates to eating everything else. So if chocolate is a trigger food for you, even if it's a dark chocolate, then it's not going to be the best option on this list, and I want you to pick something else. Number 3 is red meat, specifically if you can do it grass-fed beef, lamb, or bison. Now, red meat truly can help lower cortisol if it is pair matched with other healthy foods. A lot of the research showing that red meat causes heart disease is all based on correlation and not causation. So oftentimes when we are eating red meat, it comes with the unhealthy, refined, processed bun and French fries fried in seed oils and the Coke on the side. So when you can consume good quality red meat, you're going to get lots of zinc, iron, B12, complete proteins. It helps to raise testosterone, which we all need, both men and women. It helps to stabilize your blood sugar levels, which helps to stabilize mood and supports your adrenal function. Low iron and low B12 are linked with fatigue and high stress, especially in women. So you want to skip the processed stuff and eat the high quality red meat. Again, that's beef, lamb, bison. It's good for you, good for your heart, good for your stress levels. Number 4 are berries, specifically blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries. These are my favorite forms of fruit if you're going to eat fruit. They're high in antioxidants, higher in fiber, lower in sugar, and they can just help mop up the stress-induced free radicals. We produce free radicals when we're highly stressed. Free radicals are linked to a whole host of negative health consequences. We don't want them. These antioxidants found in these berries also help to boost brain health and immunity. My favorite snack is to get some full fat or maybe low fat plain Greek yogurt. Never get any fat-free, non-fat yogurt, you guys. You want to have some healthy fats in there. So either full fat or low fat plain Greek yogurt, and then top it with berries, maybe some nuts and seeds if you like that.
Hey guys, just a quick reminder about GlucoCut Plus, my specially formulated supplement to support your metabolism throughout your fat loss journey. With patented ingredients, it aids in consistent weight loss and boosts energy by supporting your thyroid, burning fat, and maintaining lean muscle mass. You know, weight loss can stress your body, but I created GlucoCut Plus to have your back. Visit dr.ashleywellness.com and use code Ashley10 for 10% off your first purchase or 20% off your first subscription order with free shipping. Plus, enjoy a 30-day money-back guarantee. Back to the show.
Number 5 is green tea, especially matcha. You can get really great quality matcha powder, add it to some hot water. It contains L-Theanine, which calms the mind without any kind of medications or sedation. It gently boosts your metabolism while you're reducing stress. So you could swap out your afternoon coffee with some matcha or some green tea. Your belly will thank you, and so will your mood. It's also helpful in the metabolism of iron. So if you're enjoying that steak, you can have a cup of green tea with it, and that's a really great combo. All right, number 6 is fermented foods like yogurt, sauerkraut, kimchi, Bubby's Pickles. I like that brand. These foods specifically support your gut-brain axis. When your gut is happy, we know that your gut impacts your mood. Your brain is going to be more calm when you have a healthy gut. Cortisol actually decreases when your microbiome is supported. Really important. And a lot of us aren't aware of the significant ties that we have between a healthy gut and a healthy brain, and therefore a healthy mood. So again, you want to go for plain, unflavored yogurts if you can. There's lots of brands of sauerkraut, kimchi. Again, I do like the brand Bubby's because they pickle their pickles. They ferment their pickles. So really great source. And you can, like last night, for example, I had some ground beef, some green beans, and some kimchi, and it was pretty darn delicious. And number 7, that last food is avocado. It's got great amount of healthy fats in it, great amount of potassium, which is hard to find in foods, which helps to regulate your blood pressure and your cortisol levels. It helps to keep you full, reduce cravings, and improve mood. Now, all of these foods that I mentioned are nutrient dense. And what that means is that they include more vitamin and minerals per calorie than other foods. And it's really important as you are going through a weight loss journey or just trying to achieve an optimal level of health to get as many vitamins and nutrients and minerals as possible from your food. But unfortunately, these days, because of the depletion of minerals in our soil from unhealthy farming practices, our foods, even these nutrient-dense ones, do not have as many vitamins and minerals as they have in the past. So it can be helpful as you're going through a weight loss journey or just working to achieve optimal health to take a multivitamin. This is why I created Electrolyte Plus Mix, and I created it specifically for people who are going through a fat loss journey or maintaining their fat loss. Because when we go through the process of dropping fat, our body's working harder and it actually needs more minerals to support the process. So if you are going through this journey and you want to make sure your body has everything that it needs during the process, then you should check out my Electrolyte Plus Mix. Just go to the link in the description for Dr. Ashley Wellness and you can find it there. All right, so now let's say you're consuming these healthy, nutrient-dense foods that reduce cortisol levels. You can sabotage it by eating the wrong foods in conjunction with these healthy foods. So you want to make sure that you're avoiding sugary cereals, oat milk lattes. Oh my gosh, you guys, every time I'm in a coffee shop, I hear someone ordering oat milk something. Oat milk spikes your blood sugar. It's not doing your body any good. So drop the oat milk lattes, the fruit juices, and the bars that are pretending to be healthy. High glycemic, high sugar foods spike your blood sugar levels. This triggers cortisol and promotes belly fat storage. Your body thinks you're in danger when really you just had a frappuccino. And it could be an oat milk based frappuccino. It's not doing your body any good. So now, you guys know it's not just about what you eat, it's also how you live your lifestyle. These two things need to be paired. So in addition to eating these nutrient-dense foods, you want to make sure that you move every day, a 30-minute brisk walk. If you want to learn about the specific types of exercise to do to bust belly fat, check out the link in the description for the video on that topic specifically. You want to make sure that you get the best quality sleep possible. At least 8 hours a night is going to be your target goal. Side sleeping specifically helps the brain and the body detox the most efficiently. So sleep on your side. And then journal or vent out loud, like get those emotions out. If you just let the emotions store in your body, it's not going to serve you. When you journal, when you vent out loud, it helps to remove stress from your system. Laugh, hug, or cry. These are all ways to release the stress and trigger oxytocin, which is that feel-good neurotransmitter. And then it's really important to think about your environment. Stress leaks from other people too. So if you have a lot of toxic people in your life, it's going to negatively impact you. All right, you guys, if you want to know exactly what to eat to fuel your fat loss naturally, then check out my video. It's called Eat This Every Day for 30 Days to Lose Weight. Just click the link in the description to watch it now, and I'll see you later.